Well, somebody asked me a question about acting, and I said, um, I have to thank my first acting coach when I was upstate in a reformatory for kids, Highland State Training School. Her name was Mrs. Gear. She hired me to do a play about Abraham Lincoln, and I was supposed to do the Gettysburg Address. I had the stove hat, and I got on stage anyways, and in front of me is all the bad kids from the hood, man, you know, from Chelsea, because I was from Chelsea at the time, and there were kids from Hell's Kitchen I knew, kids from Chelsea that, we all got in trouble with upstate. Anyway, so I get up there, and I started with 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth. And everybody in the audience started cracking up, and I started cracking up with them. And that was my first introduction to acting, right? And then many years later, I have to thank, these are the people that I have to thank because I was able to make it as a Screen Actors Guild actor. But first, let me mention Miriam Cologne from the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, right? And I was able to take lessons there. Albert Ohms hired me and to work opposite Miriam Cologne in a play called FM Safe. Um, then I joined a theater company called The Family. The founder was Marvin Felix Pancho Camillo. And I joined in I joined the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in 1976, I think. And then by 77, I was with The Family, you know. And, I have to thank Pancho because he was my mentor, him and Raul Julia. I worked with Raul Julia for like 9 or 10 years. At I worked at we were I think at Madison Avenue. Then we moved to 410 42nd Street, and then we went down to the Quando Building, Middle Collegiate. But everywhere that Raul Julia would go, to teach, I was always there to help or to watch and study. So he was my mentor. So was Pancho was my mentor. Um, I went on an audition for a movie called Nighthawks. And I have to thank Sis Corman because Sis Corman, man, she really, when I finished the audition with her, she looked at her eyes went like this. She looked at me and she said, "Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But do me a favor when you audition for the director or not what is it? Stunt director coordinator, don't pull out a knife." I said, "No problem, But she said, you're good, I like it." So I have to thank again, may he rest in peace, Dar Robinson. I ran into him a couple of times after I did Nighthawks. Nice guy, great guy, And I have to thank Sylvester Stallone because the reality is that you know, he was the man who called the shots too. If he didn't like what I did, he would have. And the funny part about it is that everybody, I don't care who it is, I'm 76 years old. I don't care who it is. Somebody mentions Nighthawks. They said, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you. You were the guy who got his nose broken." You know? So these are people, man, that I have to, and that I have, mad love and respect for because they helped me. And most of all, my mother, because my mother, Julia, she was, uh, she was an actress, dancer, uh, a singer, songwriter, and she taught me acting when I was a little kid. You know, and she was very good with impersonations. She did a lot of different impersonations, different characters. Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, um, I forgot McQueen, forgot her first name. Um, she even did Dorothy Dandridge. Who else? Lena Horne, um, Gerardo, I forgot her name. Mexican actress. But my mom was good. The only thing that stopped her was having kids. I guess moms is, what can I say? Love you, mom, wherever you at. But I have to thank these people, man, because the reality is, I received award in writing, acting. Okay, um, maybe not so much, but I went to a couple of places where at colleges where I was just there to as a companion to someone, and people knew who I was. I was like, wow. So, anyways, you know, I got to thank Max Farrar from Intar Theater. May his soul rest in peace. He produced Impact, a play that people try to kill, and it was picked up by Anit Singh, Horizon, and they did a film. And I became very good friends with Tony Caprari. And may his soul rest in peace. I found out he passed away, but we kept in contact. He would write me, and he told me, "Thank you so much, Juan, for accepting me." I had nothing to do with him except being accepted as an actor, but he always thought that I did. He said my writing was exceptional. And he was very the guy, good brother, man. Tony Caprari, God bless your soul, wherever you at, man. He even sent me. He sent me. He sent me the poster. Look, you see that poster right there? That's him, Tony Caprari, and that's my movie. It was a big hit in Europe. Got a lot of awards. In America, ya tú sabes how that goes. But anyways, God bless you all. Let's make 2023 the joint.